First of all, I want to wish everybody Chodesh Tov U'Vorach. Baruch Hashem, we have double dips, double chocolate as they call it. We have 2 days Rosh Chodesh Iyar, and I want to explain that Chodesh Iyar is a very special time. The Gemara in Masechet Rosh Hashanah brings down, it says that when Shlomo HaMelech built the Beit HaMikdash, he says he concluded the construction. It says, it was B'shmonim Shana, 80, V'arbamot Shana, 400, that's 480 years. That said, B'nai Yisrael, Meretz Mitzrayim, Jewish people going out of Mitzrayim, B'shana Avavit, in the 4th year, to the Shlomo HaMelech's kingdom. It says, B'chodesh Ziv, in the month of Ziv, U'achodesh Hashini, which is the 2nd month of the year, Elimelech Shlomo al Yisrael, Shlomo being king over Israel, he built the Beit HaMikdash. And there's this big discussion, why is Chodesh Iyar called Chodesh Ziv? Ziv, Ziv, Ziv. Ziv is a very, in translation of Ziv is glow. It's more than light. Ziv is the interpretation of glow.
Luster.
Say the month of Iyar is called the Chodesh Ziv. And the reason why it's called Chodesh Ziv, Tosfot picks on it right away. Tosfot says Iyar is considered to be Chodesh Ziv. He says I have a little problem. Because the reason why it's called Chodesh Ziv, Tosfot says, because the Gemara later on says that because the luminaries of the world, those who enlightened the world, those who gave a lot of light to the world were born in Chodesh Ziv. Referring to Avot HaOlam, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, all their birthdays were Chodesh Ziv, month of Ziv. And there the Gemara says really it was Nisan, not Iyar. So how to understand this? So Tosha goes and he plays with it. He says, we have Nisan of the lunar year, that's Nisan. But then we have also Nisan of the solar year. And the solar year always differentiates from the lunar year. That's how we always have to catch up. We try to catch up to the solar year. Every time we see we're off from the solar year, we do is Adar Badar. 2 of them. Just to catch up to the solar year. Because we want Nisan. We want month of Nisan to fall out in the Tkufa of Nisan also. It should fall out in the Tkufa. Tkufa always refers to the solar seasons. Because the seasons are always divided by the solar system, not the lunar system. So he says the reason it's called Ziv is because of a glow. You should know, it's a very special moment we have. These are the months, Nisan, Iyar, at the time when the Avot HaKadoshim, our fathers, were born. And the zchuyot of our fathers, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, are endless. Endless. And the reason why we say that the zchuyot, the merits of our fathers, are endless, is a Tan Ve'Eliyahu. A Tan Ve'Eliyahu brings an interesting midrash. And it says in the midrash over there that the reason why HaKadosh Baruch Hu called our fathers to be his beloved ones, because they spread the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world. But not only because of that, there's more to it. It says our fathers had an yearning, that inner fire burning within them for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He says the way we would compare them is like horses, but not regular horses, those who built for speed.
Greyhound, stallions.
Fast.
Dogs.
But run not just on regular straight land the way it's supposed to be, but running through meadows, running through swamp areas. If I give you money and I say, do me a favor, take it. From this side of the swamp to the other side of the swamp, I pay you. What you tell me? Rabbi, please, don't give me your crazy ideas. Not ready to die yet. I will not do it for any money in the world. But our Avot HaKadoshim had such yearning, such love, so much in them, built in them for Hashem. They were like those fast horses running through swampy land for Hashem. Shema Poshta, closed eyes, run. Like I always say, a little child, I love repeating this concept. One little child asked his mother, why? Why is it that we have to close our eyes when we say Shema Israel? Why do we cover our eyes? And a smart mother said to her son, because with Hashem you walk blindfolded. You don't ask questions. You just keep going. Total reliance on the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Chodesh Iyar, month of Iyar, is a very powerful month. A lot of people say Zgula. For anybody who wants to pray for the Fuah Shlema, specifically say to pray in Chodesh Iyar. Iyar, they called it Iyar. Chachamim gave it that name in the Babylonian territory. The names came there. They called it Iyar because it stands for Aleph, Yud, Yud, Resh, stands for Ani Hashem, Rofecha, I am Hashem, your healer. A lot of people ask a question, Rabbi, I want the zchut, I want the merit for Refuah Shlema, what should I do? I told them, no zgulot, one zgula only. You know what? One zgula, one zgula for Refuah Shlema, for healing. You know what that is? You know what that is? Learning Torah. It says openly, Refuah Tihile Sareka. It's going to be a healing for your flesh. We're talking about physical Refuah Shlema. All the flesh of the body will get healed. Torah learning. You want someone to have Refuah Shlema? You want yourself to have Refuah Shlema? Learning Torah. You know, we make Suudot, Rosh Chodesh. A lot of people call it a waste of money, a waste of time. Rabbi, why do we party all the time? Rosh Chodesh specifically. I want to explain to you the power or the momentum, the time that we have right now. Rosh Chodesh is the time of the month. This is the nucleus of the month. Center. A lot of people say the 15th day of the month is the nucleus. No. When the moon is being reborn and the birth of the moon takes place and it starts to grow, that is the point where we start growing. They say that the Rosh Chodesh is a time where if you want to attain certain kapara, if I'm not mistaken, they say Rosh Chodesh you could atone the most biggest kapalot you could ever atone, biggest atonements ever. They say Rosh Chodesh is a time where the korbanot, the korban chata that was offered on the Mizbeach, used to atone for things that the other times were not able to. Rosh Chodesh is a very powerful time. And that's how we say, if you pay attention, we always say, what's Rosh Chodesh? Rosh Chodesh we say, Zman kapara l'chol toldotam. Zman kapara means it's a time of atonement for all actions, all activities, all doing. Get perfected. The bad stuff, the good stuff that's not perfected, they all get fixed at Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is a time to do tshuva, and because we're given this opportunity to do tshuva, that is the time we can celebrate, and we must celebrate, like Erev Kippur. When Yom Kippur comes, what do we do before Yom Kippur comes? We celebrate. We come to this day. Wow, we reached a point. And they say that the 9th of the month of Yom Erev Kippur is as strong as Yom Kippur itself. That itself has such power to give you an atonement that everything is forgiven. That's why we do, what do we do? Ashkenazim do Tfilat Zaka, we do the Vidu HaGadol, we do the Lecha Eli. The minhag was to say Lecha Eli during the day, not right when Yom Kippur came in. Say Lecha Eli Tishukati, and on and on and on. And over there, you look over there, it's the entire alphabetical forgiveness, asking for communal confession taking place right then and there. You know, Rosh Chodesh is a time where you're able to accomplish with your tefillot something that you're not able to accomplish any other time. The Gemara in Masechet Bab Mitzia says a story. One time, Rebbe, who had a very big Bet Midrash in Tveria, Tiberias, he had the merit of having Eliyahu Navi come to his shul, to his Bet Midrash every single day. Comes the day Rosh Chodesh, no show. MIA. He didn't come. He came the next day. He says to him, Bitul Torah. What was more important than learning Torah? Where'd you go? He says to him, no, Rosh Chodesh is a very special time. What's Rosh Chodesh? He says, in Rosh Chodesh, he says, I have obligations. And my obligations are, in the morning I have to wake up Avraham. I have to wash his hands, put talit, tefillin, everything on. And I have to have him pray shaharit. Avraham. Pray shaharit. It goes by tefillot. It's money. Make him pray. He prays. By the time he finishes, I have to put him back. By the time he's done, I gotta wake up Yitzchak. And by the time I finish with Yitzchak, I gotta wake up Yaakov. Rabbi says to him, why can't you wake up everybody at the same time? You're a malach habrit. You're Eliyahu Navi. You became an angel. An angel, multitask. Do everything at the same time. Get them all up at the same time. He says, no, he says. That I cannot do. So he says to him, why not? He says to him, you don't understand. He says, their tefillah is so concentrated. If they pray, three of them pray at the same time, Mashiach will come not in its time. Mashiach will come not in its time. Can't do that, can't afford. So Rabbi says to him, let me ask you a question. Anybody out there that's a high level? Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov? He says to him, sure, of course. They're in your Bet Midrash every day. He says, who are they? He says, your biggest student, Rav Chia Gadol, and his both sons, Chizkiah and Rabbi Yehuda. These three, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and same. Rabbi says, thank you very much. Next Rosh Chodesh, as we know, Eliyahu Navi is away, busy. Rabbi quietly told everybody, gather for a ta'anit. We're going to have a special session in Tefillah. They fast the whole day. He gets three of them, Rabbi Chia and Rabbi Yehuda and Chizkiah, three of them, to go down before the Amud, and they start praying. They reach the point of Ata Gibor Le'olam, Hashem Mechayeh Metim Ata. They spoke about concept of Mechayeh Metim. They said Mashiv HaRuach. The wind started to blow. Murid HaGeshem started pouring rain. Mechalkei Chaim Bechesed. As they go, they got to Kedusha. They said Mechayeh Metim. The whole earth shook. There was an earthquake. In Shamayim, there's no concept of time. They started asking questions. What in the world? Mi gila ghaze lebanai. Who spilled the beans? Who spilled the beans? They said it was Eliyahu. They said, bring him. How was it, Nisim? How does it go? Nisim. How does it go? Find him. Bring him. Yeah. Bring him here at once, right? Okay. So, they bring Eliyahu Navi. They take a whip. They whip him hard. They gave him shitin, pursit, and urah, 60 blows. They told him, go fix everything. Eliyahu Navi runs there. A bear of fire. He walks in between, in their midst of Rabbi Chia Ubanav. Their concentration was lost. It was stopped. What I try to explain to you is that Rosh Chodesh is a time where we as Jews, who are always underestimating the power of a Jew, us, every single one of us, we just come to a point of doing tshuva, tefillah, tzedakah, Torah, limud Torah. If you come, full devotion, concentration, that is the time we can accomplish more than can ever accomplish any other time. That is Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodeshim are very, very unique and very special. Very powerful. They call it to the extent, Rosh Chodesh is considered to be also like a Yom Tov. That if a Jew can come to a point of celebrating Rosh Chodesh and not doing any work, it's even a higher level. Melachot. Rosh Chodesh. You know they say, Shabbat, Yom Tov, Hashem pays for the bill. You go out to eat. Somebody says, don't worry, I got the bill. Hashem says, Shabbat, Yom Tov, and Suudot Rosh Chodesh. Hashem says, I got the bill. Just what? Celebrate Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is not, can't say it's not time for to eat bagels and cream cheese. Rosh Chodesh is a time to eat. And you have an excuse to eat, you have to already eat. That is the way to go. Rosh Chodeshim, a very, very powerful time. That is the reason why we have to celebrate. And we have to really grow on Rosh Chodesh. Very special time. You know, there is a concept that Erev Rosh Chodesh, Erev, the eve of Rosh Chodesh, the day before Rosh Chodesh, is a time, a lot of places, especially the people of the elite, something, you know, the people above, they do a Erev Yom Kippur Katan. They finish Tehillim, they do Taniyot, Tani Dibur, people fast, and they have a time of Tefillot, and they do a lot of Tachanunim and Bakashot to HaKadosh Baruch Hu as a preparation. Rosh Chodesh. You know, I tell you an interesting story. There was one time, Kevel Achel, many years ago. The way I remember the story, they say one of the big rabbis, don't know which one exactly it was, he used to come every Erev Rosh Chodesh, used to come to the Kevel Achel. He used to come there, and he used to pray there. And he sees one time a bunch of guys sitting over there. Mahya, alcohol, food, eating, enjoying themselves. Completely drunk. The Rebbe came over to them. He says to them, you know, this place is considered to be one of the most holiest places in the world. If you ask me, in Israel, the holiest place to go to, a place of tefillah, a place of prayer, Kevel Achel. Mamar Achel's Kevel. That is unique. It's in Bethlehem, on the way to Bethlehem. Yehuda. Not far from Yerushalayim. So Kevel Achel is a very holy place. And in Kevel Achel, these guys were drunk. And the Rebbe walked over to them, he says to them, you know, lo mitbayshim, you're not ashamed of yourselves? That you're acting like this, in this such a holy place, you behave like this? So one of the guys who was completely drunk, he pulls the Rebbe over like this, he grabs him by his, he pulls him over, and he says to him, Rebbe, I don't know where you come from, but I want to tell you something. Remember this for life. Every mother loves to see how her children eat. It came to be that they came to a point of realization. The Rebbe realized this. He used to come every time to make a Suda over there. Himself used to come to make a Suda over there. Not do what they did, obviously. Didn't go drinking or whatever. Very special times. Rosh Chodesh, very powerful. Very, very special time, very happy time. In the Rosh Chodesh, we don't go to cemeteries. Anybody who wants to go, we always go before. The 15th of the month, the 28th, 29th of the month, right before Rosh Chodesh, people go. You can go people go usually, but other times, Rosh Chodesh is not the time to go. It's time of happiness, time to be happy. Especially now, this month is called Chodesh Ziv, where we Jews can take that from our fathers and to glow, because every Jew has a glow. Every Jew has a special glow. Enjoy your Rosh Chodesh.